This is 12 News at 11 with Gene Cox and Sabrina Squire. Meteorologist Jim Duncan and Ben Hamlin with sports.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gene Cox.
I'm Sabrina Squire. In the news tonight, an anonymous phone tip leads to a major drug bust in Chesterfield County.
A Richmond doctor's office is raided and closed by federal agents.
And the battle continues over President Clinton's economic plan. We'll have results from a 12 News instant poll on what Richmonders think of some of the proposals. All those stories and much more in just a few minutes. But first, the story on everyone's mind tonight.
Not since the last episode of MASH have so many television viewers been glued to their television screens for a sitcom. NBC's Al Roker caught up with some of the Cheers stars tonight at Boston's Bull and Finch Pub. Al, what is the mood up there like tonight?
Thanks, Gene and Sabrina. I'll tell you, it's really exciting here. I mean, thousands of people all gathered, kind of coming together all across the country to watch one last time together one of our favorite shows of all times. Cheers, of course, we all have our own special memories. But what about the cast's memories?
For 11 years, Sam and the crew have been here. Well, tonight, they look back on their favorite moments at Cheers.
Why am I coming back here?
And the place, the bar, you know, bunch of losers who can't make it on their own. There's something appealing, and we are funny. They have been consistently funny, the shows.
Around here, when guys get together to send another guy off to his doom, things can get a little raunchy.
You fellas ever dress up farm animals in women's clothing?
No?
Well, then I'm one up on you.
I had a good time the whole 11 years, and to single out, you know, one moment would just be, you know, just too, I couldn't, no.
We could. After all, it wasn't all that often that Norm even left the bar.
See you in the morning, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I may be a little late.
Oh, it's okay. I had a key made.
My favorite show was the Thanksgiving show where we had a big food fight.
Sam Malone, kiss your butt goodbye!
Gene and Sabrina, what you see behind me here, 500 people who are all waiting for Jay Leno. He's going to be doing his show live, monologue out in front of these folks, then heading down into the Bull and Finch for the Tonight Show with the cast and crew from Cheers. And then, of course, it will, in fact, officially be the last call of Cheers. Gene and Sabrina, back to you.
But the party's just beginning.
Thank you, Al.
Of course, Richmonders are saying goodbye to the Cheers gang in their own unique way tonight.
And at this hour, there are more Cheers parties than we can count going on around town. Reporter Angie Miles is standing by at one of them. Angie?
Hope you guys can hear me. Hi, Gene and Sabrina. We're at Mulligan's in Innsbruck. This is, as you said, one of the many parties going on around town. All over town, though, the night has been filled with farewells that have been filled with cheers, beers, and tears. My name is
Lola Kramer.
And Miss Kramer, are you having any emotions tonight on this last night of Cheers?
I'm tremendously choked up on the verge of tears right now. This is a very touching day for me. We've been through a lot these past 11 years, and I'm dealing with it slowly but surely.
This was a night for real life to imitate television. Not all the imitations were one-night stands. At the tobacco company, everyone knows his name. It's Norm. Well, Norman, and he's a regular. They were singing the same tune all over town. Across town at Mulligan's, dozens were taken in by Diane and Sam's TV swan song. And everyone here is toasting the final episode and that Cheers will be around in reruns. Hooray for happy endings. And they're happy here tonight. A little bit sad, though, I think. Lots of parties. Applebee's all over town having Cheers farewell tonight as well. And I have to say, I'm a little bit sad myself to see it go. I'm a fan, too, Gene and Sabrina.
We can't toast you. We'll just say cheers. Thanks, Angie.
Thank you very much, Angie.
Hundreds of Cheers fans got the ride of their lives tonight at Paramount's King's Dominion. The party there included a Cheers look-alike contest and rides aboard the Grizzly and Days of Thunder. Some lucky listeners of WVGO won tickets to the party during the past few weeks. The 1993 King's Dominion season officially opened March 27.
On to other news now. A 911 call about a suspicious person led Chesterfield police to a marijuana grow house. Police have seized 111 plants. That's an estimated street value of around $50,000.
Channel 12 reporter Nancy Tate is live at the Chesterfield Police Department. Nancy, where did this phone tip come from?
Sabrina, apparently it came from someone who lives on the 5900 block of Dalebrook Drive. We met the woman and she says she saw some activity that concerned her, and that's why she did call 911. There are woods across the street from where the houses are at the 5900 block. She took us through the woods, but she asked us not to use her name or to show her face.
I saw this suspicious truck stop out in front of the house, and the man got out and he had camouflage suit on. And he got out and walked into the woods, and he was holding something up over his head, and it looked like a gun to me.
What she thought was a gun turned out to be a post hole digger. Police found some marijuana plants in pots in the woods, and they arrested 35-year-old Jonathan Stewart. He lives here at 3008 Freedom Lane. That's where police found most of the marijuana plants. They range from 18 inches to 6 feet tall. Some were in the shed out back, others were in the house.
The room where those plants were grown was set up with humidity and temperature control, lighting, things of that nature.
In all, police seized 111 plants.
I think for any jurisdiction, a bust of $50,000 worth of illegal drugs is a significant bust. That's a lot of street drugs that won't eventually make it out onto the street.
Stewart is charged with manufacturing marijuana. He has been released on $7,500 bond, and he's due in court in July. Jane and Sabrina.
Nancy, how does this bust compare to anything else Chesterfield police have done so far this year?
Gene, it's not the biggest. You may remember in March, 3 men were arrested and police seized hundreds of marijuana plants that were estimated value, a street value, way in excess of $600,000. That was the biggest bust they've had this year, but this bust came as a complete surprise because of the phone call. Nobody was expecting it.
Thank you, Nancy.
Least of all, the suspect there. Officials say it could be early next week before potentially explosive chemicals are removed from a house in Ashland. Experts from a New Jersey company arrived today to begin the cleanup process. Police believe the chemicals were used by 35-year-old Michael Graham to manufacture large firecrackers. Graham was sent to prison 7 years ago for robbery and several drug convictions. His mother owned the home. She died earlier this month. The office of a family health doctor on Hull Street in Richmond has been shut down. FBI agents raided the clinic today, but they're keeping a close lid on information about their investigation. The clinic is operated by Dr. Alfred Petanowski. The State Board of Medicine will not confirm whether he is currently under investigation. 12 News also contacted the Assistant U.S. Attorney, who says he cannot discuss the investigation.
A 6-year-old boy is fighting for his life tonight after accidentally shooting himself with his parents' gun. Authorities say the youngster pulled the drawers from his parents' dresser, climbed on top of them, and then got the gun. Investigators say there are no plans to file charges against the parents since the gun was in a box. The child was at home from school in Gloucester County when the shooting occurred. Virginia State Police are not saying much tonight about a lawsuit filed by a Powhatan County man. 30-year-old James Simmons filed the class action suit claiming that he was falsely arrested for a crime that he did not commit. Simmons, who is black, said he was arrested for rape simply because he fit a race-based profile used by state police investigators. DNA tests proved that he did not rape the woman.
The Byrd Park controversy heated up following charges of racism at last night's neighborhood meeting. Today, City Councilman Henry Richardson says he'll ask the city manager's office to figure out a way of allowing teenagers to parade their cars through the park without going into neighborhood roads. Residents are pressuring the city to close Byrd Park to vehicular traffic on Sunday evenings until the end of summer. They say families are pushed out by an aggressive crowd that starts forming around 3 o'clock.
No, I don't agree that it's a racial thing. It's a thing of public safety and property value.
You talked about the fear of shootings that go on.
Yes, violence is very high out here at this park at nighttime, especially at night. We've had several murders that I heard of out here. One recently, just before the summer began, and I don't think it's a place for my kids to be.
And you make it a point to be out of here by that time?
I'll be up no later than 4:30, no matter what time I come.
Residents are at odds over closing the park to cars. Some say restrict vehicular traffic to certain times and certain areas. Councilman Richardson is holding a news conference with park visitors at noon tomorrow.
Still ahead tonight, we will find out what some of you think of President Clinton's proposed energy tax.
And if you're wondering when the sun and warm temperatures will return, Jim Duncan has the answers after these messages.
It's not easy to sell something you love, but we're gonna do it. The General here with news from the front of Whitten Brothers Jeep Eagle. Whitten has bought millions of dollars worth of Jeeps and Eagles. Jimmy bought them because he loves them, but he's not gonna keep them.